We'll come back to it if there is news that we need to report. Now, the House Transportation Committee will hear from Department of Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood next week as it considers the impact the Recovery Act has made on the nation's railroads, its roads, and its bridges. Infrastructure advocates are urging Congress to pass a comprehensive highway bill this year that would increase spending on key infrastructure. Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell is one of the co-chairs of the Building America Future. He joins me now from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Governor, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I was just in Pennsylvania. Brian. I actually went up there for a few days vacation. A lovely state. Had a great time at Hershey Park and all that. I waved at you as I went past Harrisburg. But I see Pennsylvania, great roads and great infrastructure, it seems to me. What do you need?
Well, actually, it's because we've invested a great deal of money in our repair and our infrastructure. Our bridge repair, we have the nation's largest number of structurally deficient bridges, but I have tripled our bridge spending from $260 million of state dollars to $800 million in state money. We've done bond issues to accelerate our bridge repair. We're doing 1,300 bridges right now and an additional 440 because of the stimulus money. So we are making a big dent in our backlog, and infrastructure is important to us. We're a state that is a pass-through state. People on the East Coast use Pennsylvania to get to the Midwest, so our roads get a lot of wear and tear, and it's important for our economic competitiveness, our quality of life, and public safety that we keep our infrastructure up.
Let's talk, though, about the greater concern, and I actually do share this concern with you. I think that we have not done enough in this country to make sure that our roads and our rails and our electrical grids are all up to snuff. So do you think you can get this money at a time when, money's a little tight?
Well, the interesting thing is that the American people have a different view of infrastructure spending, Brian, than they do of other types of government spending. Perhaps because they can see it, they can touch it, they can ride on it. They're much more in favor of it. An interesting poll by Claris, which does a lot of polling for big business organizations, found that 88% of Americans think that having good infrastructure, good roads, bridges, highways is important to our economy, and 68% of them said that this would be a good time to invest in building up our infrastructure and creating jobs. Over 75% of Americans understand that infrastructure is our best job creator, and it's been the most successful part of the stimulus bill, clearly the most successful part. So it'll be good for our economy, good for our economic competitiveness, and good for public safety.
Yeah, but right now a lot of people are saying, well, those politicians, they never saw a public project or an infrastructure project that they didn't like. What do you say to those people who are a little bit skeptical about this?
Well, and the polls show that. The public wants infrastructure spending, clearly, but they want it in a different way, in a more transparent way. They don't want a powerful congressman to be able to pick projects. They want projects picked on merit, on a cost-benefit analysis. And that's the key. What the Congress and the President has to give them is a system where projects are done based on the merit and the impact and the cost of the projects. And that's very important. But there is a constituency for it, not only among the people. As you know, Brian, because this is the reason you all call me today, I authored a op-ed piece with Senator James Inhofe of Oklahoma, who is a fine man, but a true conservative, a true deficit hawk, someone who he and I don't agree on a lot. But we do agree on the need for investments in the nation's infrastructure.
Right.
Senator Inhofe said at a hearing that I testified in front of him, he said that it's the second most important thing we can spend money on after the military, and people understand it.
Okay.
Again, they want good, effective projects, but they want to spend on our bridges, roads, highways, water systems, and the like.
Governor, we appreciate you joining us here on America's News Headquarters. You're a good friend of this program. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Brian. Nice to be on.
Speaking of the needing to upgrade a little infrastructure, a Cadillac Escalade was swallowed by a giant sinkhole yesterday in downtown Milwaukee after severe storms pounded Wisconsin and flooded roads. Witnesses say that a car sunk suddenly into a hole that was about 20 feet deep. Nearby passengers helped the driver of the car escape from the hole. Authorities are working to remove the car from the sinkhole. The engine was running overnight to help burn off gasoline. Now, after the break, we'll go live to Afghanistan for the latest on 2 U.S. soldiers reported missing there And it has big labor lost its mojo when it comes to getting candidates elected? Can Dems afford to ignore the unions? Good question. We'll explore that. And do these cute young faces make you want to go buy something? Advertisers are